Hello everyone and welcome back yet again to another daily update video. My name is CryptoStash and I hope you're having an amazing weekend. Currently it is Sunday and Bitcoin is having a pump exactly as we predicted yesterday after breaking out through the value area low that we have struggled before. As you can see here and here and here, we have struggled quite a bit of times to break out of this, to break back into this range. And yesterday, once we saw the daily candle pushing in and we had a candle closure above it, I told you that it is very possible that we get another 2% pump to basically that weekly R1 or the moving average, and Bitcoin right now is exactly up there. As you can see, we are trying to basically break through this moving average and also pivot resistance, which is very important for price to potentially reach this high right here that we have. In my opinion, 115 to 116k would be a make it or break it level. So basically why I'm saying this is, as you can see, we do have a lot of volume that was also traded here. So right now I am expecting a potential run up. We try to break this area, and if we get rejected from the previous high, we might see a swing failure pattern play out, and we might look at something like this. We might be looking at something like this, basically another retest of the bottom, since we are right now back into that range. And it is very possible, if we start pushing higher, that we go down and revisit the lows, try to scare everybody out of the market, and then we after bouncing from here, basically, then we go and test the all-time highs again. But as of right now, as long as we don't break through those levels, the bearish scenario is still remaining, since we are still in a very massive, not massive, but we are in still a continuing downtrend. As you can see from the top right here, if we get a trend line, basically pull it down like this from the top, basically you can see we want to see a potential reclaim of this line, and then we might be starting to reverse. But as of right now, we are still making those lower highs right here on the daily, as you can see. So this is also something you wanna pay attention to. If you go on the 12 hourly, for example, you can see RSI is starting to approach that overbought zone. Basically above, anything above the 80 line would be considered overbought, like right here, or maybe even like right here, right below the line. You can see on the lower time frames, like the 8 hour, the 4 hour, we are already starting to be flashing green, as you can see right here. The 3 hour, the 2 hour, the 1 hourly, it is already starting to get oversold, which is not good, as you know, since the lower time frames are starting to look quite nice, but the RSI is potentially flashing overbought signals, which would potentially mean we might get some pullback with the starting of the new week. Since if we go back on the weekly candle, you can see we have another 10 hours of potential, another 10 hours before the new weekly candle opens and this one closes. So right now I was telling you back in the middle of the week that the bulls need to push this weekly candle above the value area low and have it close right here for more potential bullish continuation. And this is exactly what is happening right now, which is very nice. We want to see this candle close here. If we start seeing a dump in the next 10 hours and the bears push price down below 109, 110k, then the next week would be also considerably bearish. But as of right now, things are looking good. If we go back on Ethereum, you can see Ethereum also reclaimed this level right here. The weekly candle is looking absolutely amazing for more potential continuation to the upside. We are also right now testing, you can see the value area high of this range right here that we have. So price is just a matter of time before price starts to break or either break or reject from this level. So basically right now it is make it or break it time. We might see either a breakout or we might see a rejection and then another potential test of those levels right here that we have. Hype right now is absolutely going parabolic. As you can see, we are testing the weekly R3, which is around $48.4, which is basically very nice. And from the bottom that we had right here, Hype is up 40% for the week. As you can see, since Wednesday till Sunday, we are 40% to the upside. Basically very, very nice. If Hype pushes some more and we start reclaiming this bullish trend line right here, then it would mean that we are potentially going to be making new all-time highs for Hype in the coming future, which is very nice. As you know, I am a big fan of Hype and Hyperliquid. SUI still struggling, but on the bigger picture right here, we are basically, as you can see, sitting on the weekly at this value area low, basically above it. So in my opinion, it is just a matter of time since SUI starts reversing to the upside again, which is going to happen in my opinion sooner than later. So basically what I mean, of course this is not a financial advice, but in my opinion SUI is a very good buy opportunity right here that we have basically at this range, since you want to buy when we are at the value area low and you want to sell potentially when we are at the value area high. This is basically how you make most of the market. XRP also starting to push above the 200 moving average, which is nice. The pump token also looking ready for potentially more upside. As you can see, we wanna see a breakthrough this trend line right here, and then we can we're going to be safe to say that the pump token will continue pushing to the upside. Now it is also very important how the stock market opens up in about 8 hours. As you can see, the CME charts, they will open in about 8 hours. So if they open bullish, then I would be considering that we're going to be having a very bullish week for Bitcoin. But if not, we might see this rejection that I was talking about right here, and then we are going to start potentially pushing lower to the downside. If you look at the liquidation heat map, you can see we do have still quite a bit of liquidity, which is sitting right around 117.1k, basically right here. 117, 118 is very important, and right here we do have some gaps of where we don't have liquidity, and this is also why I am potentially thinking that price will get to up here and then reject to the downside, or potentially we're going to skip this gap and we are going to go all the way up towards the value area high of this range. Around 190, 120k would be a very, very nice bullish target. If we look at the ETF inflows, as you can see, last week we did have most of the week outflows, and for this pump right now you can see open interest is climbing, CVD is also climbing, so this means this is a real buying pressure that is happening right here right now. So this is also very nice to see. The fear and greed index almost back into that neutral zone. We are still in a Bitcoin season, far away from the altcoins. As you can see right here, we also have more longs into the markets overall right now during the weekend. You can see also on Hyperliquid we do have quite a bit more sellers, so basically not quite a bit, but they are almost the same, but we do have more sellers on Hyperliquid, so this is something to keep in mind and be cautious. But overall on the other major exchanges we do have more buyers stuck right now, and overall we do have more buyers. Funding rates are still remaining positive on the major exchanges, you can see right here. And next week we do have the FOMC meeting on Wednesday, so it's going to be very interesting week. And I think this will cover it for today, guys. This was a quick Sunday update. I hope you liked it. Subscribe for my channel, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye.